Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore podcast, the podcast that reviews the movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 627, and it is your review of Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. As always, it is the nerds you're gonna hear the host of the show, alongside my wonderful co-host Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful Monday night.
Monday night live and early for our patrons over at patreon.com/the nerdcore. At the $1 tier, you get access to this episode live, so that way you can talk to us in the comments. And if you're not, then you get this episode on the following day at 12 p.m. Central Time. And of course, we thank you all so much for being here with us. But before we kick off Kubrick Month here, Brad, what's up?
Sorry, I was making Raul talk with my finger.
Shut the fuck up. You're not Danny, bro.
which was
This is Lawrence.
which is another Kubrick movie.
Yep. Yep. But
Wiggle,
yeah.
wiggle, wiggle.
Before we get into it, Brad, how are you doing, bro? How's your day been?
I'm here. I'm work. Work was work.
Yeah.
Work was work, and I had 2 meetings in a row in the afternoon, and by the second meeting, I was like, I'm kind of done. Like, kind of done, guys. It's 3:00. I mean, like, it's almost time to go home, and you put me in a meeting. And don't
Hey guys, can we call it a night?
just call it. Just call it right here, because I am absorbing nothing more of any of this.
Yep. Yeah, that happens, Brad.
I'm sure it happens to everyone. It's just like, I've done my time today.
Yeah.
Think it's time for me to go.
I've done my time in prison, guys. I'm going home.
I've got 7 years. Actually, I did figure out today was my 12 years where
Wow.
I've worked.
That's a lot of years, Brad.
Yeah.
Damn. You still like? Well, never mind. That's not what I'm about to ask.
I mean, I don't hate. I think with most jobs, you have a majority of good days.
Yeah.
At least if you stay in a job, you have a majority of good days, with days that can be really bad or frustrating. But I would
Yeah.
say if you stay for a job as long as I have, the majority of them, at least 60% or more, has been good.
Yeah. So it's like there's a lot of people out there who fucking hate their job, bro. Like they hate it. They still stay there because it of course provides so much security for them, and but they dread every day going to work.
Well,
But
and that's the thing, is if it brings you, like, my job does bring stress and anxiety, but coffee and stress is like what keeps the heart pumping for me. So there you go. But for some people, it's just like, man, go make pizzas for a living. Fucking find something else.
yep.
Like, honestly, like, there's no more career loyalty. Like, most jobs, it's not a loyal business anymore. There's no trade-off for it. You don't really hear people staying 30 years in jobs.
No.
It just doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're here now that we get to
Yeah.
do this shit. So
Yeah, and today wasn't bad. I mean, except for the 2 meetings, one after another, from 2:00 to 4:00, and it's just like, come on,
we're done.
I'm melting here.
It's like, are we gonna be done here? Like,
Are we gonna be done? Because my attention span is gone.
yeah.
The HD has overtaken the AD.
Damn it. Well, I went to work today, and I did my work, and then I went to go pick up my badge for Houston Cinema Arts Festival that I'm gonna start covering
Ooh.
starting Thursday. So lots of cool stuff gonna happen there. I need to see.
Do we get some screeners? Are we gonna watch some screeners?
No, those are mostly in person here at
Okay.
in Houston.
Yeah, that was a COVID thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did get a screener for a film for I think it's Morocco, or I can't remember what country. It's their official submission for the Oscars, and I'm
Huh.
gonna sit down to
That's
watch
kinda
that
cool.
this week so I can write my review of that.
Hmm.
Um, but um,
Well, are the Oscars coming up?
March, Brent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but yeah, I we did that. What's it called went to go pick up my badge. I need to see how that's gonna work for us for our reviews on the weekend. So hopefully everything is good. But yeah, what's it
We'll
called?
work it out.
Yeah, went and did that, and other than that, just I went to Barnes and Nobles. The Criterion sale just went live. So
Ooh, ooh. So Roll has no money in the bank.
no, I do, I
Oh,
do.
okay, okay,
I didn't go crazy. I didn't go
okay.
crazy. Yeah,
How many
I just
pickups did you get?
I got three. That's like that's not crazy. No, but one of them is that new line that they put out, which the movies on sale are like $15. So
Huh.
it's like okay, yeah.
And it was half off that.
No, it's $30. MSRP,
Okay.
half off is 15.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So I got that and two
I
other
should I
titles.
should I should check see what Kurosawa they got.
Yeah, I found. So they always have Sanjuro and Yojimbo together on a little
Yeah, and
box.
I I don't think I have the box set of those two. I have them separate.
Yeah, I finally found it for the first time separate Yojimbo. And I was like,
Oh,
wow, I've never found the separate Blu-rays. I've only ever seen Yojimbo and Sanjuro together in the little box.
I don't see. I don't have Blu-ray, so I had them
Yeah,
back in just DVD.
yeah, yeah. It's time for you to upgrade some of those, Brad.
Eh,
Yeah, it's
eh,
time for you to upgrade
they're
some
still
of
good.
those.
They're still good.
But yeah. Other than that, like I just did that, and I came back home. I edited my. I watched the movie, and I edited my Irishman review for Wednesday, and
Ro,
pretty
do you
much.
have the Best Buy
Yeah, of course, it's sitting on
Best
my. It's
Buy
in my
Ron?
shelf. Yeah, Brad, it's in my shelf. Yeah,
Is yours open?
yeah. Well,
Okay.
because I reviewed it, Brad. Because I fucking reviewed
My,
it.
mine will probably never be open.
Yeah. Until
Half the
we do a
shit in this room isn't open.
until we do a rescreening of that or something. Yeah. But what a great movie, man. What a great movie. But yeah, I just did that, and I edited my video for Wednesday, and other than that, just that's it.
So
Um,
I did end up so I had BOT tonight for dinner.
BLT,
So yeah,
nice.
big and lettuce tomato. Shit was fire. But I ordered Brenda. Uh so Brenda's car, even though it's very nice and kind of fancy, only has two cup holders in the damn thing. I'm like, what the fuck? EV's increased the range and got rid of a cup holder. Um, so I ordered. So I ended up ordering her like the one cup holder that turns into two. So I ordered her one of those, and I think they call it a cup holder extender. But this story's leading somewhere. But the reason I did that, and I finally did that, is so we were traveling back from the conference, about 2 hours from where we live. We stopped by and get Jesus chicken, like I mentioned in previous episodes, and I got a lemonade.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Brenda has her drinks in the cup holder, and I'm holding on to my drink in my lap.
Oh, I know where this is going.
She fucking brakes in traffic, and it goes all over the floor on my pants. And Chick-fil-A's lemonade has got the little like flecks of fucking lemon in it. So
Yeah.
my whole like pant legs just wet with flecks of lemon. I mean, it smells great in there, but so I just remembered while sitting there, I'm like, I'm getting her an extra cup holder.
Yeah. Brad's like,
The wet pants are all right, whatever. But it was the floor, so she's got a rubber mat in there, and so
yeah.
it's holding this lemonade mixture with lemonade and dirt, and I can just feel my foot every time, like I put it up and down,
Oh,
just stepping it, like you hear the boot just like squish like water. It's a puddle.
God damn it, Brad.
Yeah,
God, that sounds terrible,
it was.
Brad. But what can you do, Brad?
I
What can
know,
you
and
do?
I was happy. Like I had my lemonade.
Brad's
I
like,
had a spicy Jesus chicken
yeah.
sandwich. I was doing good, and then she braked, and it just went everywhere because the woman ain't got no cup holders.
God damn it, Brad. Um, well, Brad, I'm really sorry. I hope that
Me too. Rest in peace, my
that
lemonade.
yeah, rest in peace your lemonade, bro. Um, but yeah, man, fuck. Sorry about that,
The
bro.
dead homies got to drink that,
Yep,
drink most of that.
yep. They 100% did, Brad.
Also, being an electric vehicle, I'm glad I didn't have like there's no issues there. Be electrocuting myself with fucking Chick-fil-A lemonade.
Yeah, yeah. Well, today we're look this month. We're starting to look at some films from Stanley Kubrick for the first time since we started this podcast. First ever Stanley Kubrick film month here. We
Which is very questionable.
yeah,
Like we've been doing this for more than 6 years, and we've never had a Kubrick month. And how many Kurosawa months have we had?
four, five,
4, 5?
yeah,
Yeah, we've never had a Kubrick month. And
yep.
Kubrick is like Raul's favorite.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Brad. Um, so let's just do this then. Let's go ahead and get into this, Brad. So, of course, Brad, can you please introduce us to Doctor Strangelove?
Of course, coming from our one and only source, Wikipedia, Doctor Strange, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, known simply and more commonly as Doctor Strangelove, is a 1964 political satire black comedy film. Directed, co written, produced by Stanley Kubrick, and starring Peter Sellers in 3 roles, including the title character. The film also stars George C. Scott, Sterling Hayden, Keaton Wynn, Slim Pickens, and Tracy Reed. The film, which satirizes the Cold War fears of a nuclear conflict between the Soviet Union and the United States, is loosely based on the thriller novel Red Alert by Peter George, who also co wrote the screenplay with Kubrick and Terry Southern. The story concerns an unhinged United States Air Force general who orders a preemptive nuclear attack on the Soviet Union. It separately follows the President of the United States, his advisors, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and a Royal Air Force exchange officer as they attempt to prevent the crew of a B 52, following orders from the general, from bombing the Soviet Union and starting a nuclear war. The film is often considered one of the best comedies ever made and one of the greatest films of all time. In 1998, the American Film Institute ranked it 26 in its list of the best American movies. In the 2007 edition, the film ranked 39th, and in 2000, it was listed as number 3 on its list of the funniest American films. In 1989, the United States Library of Congress included Doctor Strangelove as one of the first 25 films selected for preservation in the National Film Registry for being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. The film received 4 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Actor for Sellers. The film was also nominated for 7 BAFTA Film Awards, winning Best Film from Any Source, Best British Film, and Best Art Direction, Black and White, and also won the Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Presentation. Screenplay written by Kubrick, Terry Southern, and Peter George. Produced by Stanley Kubrick. Interesting.
Yep.
Cinematography, Gilbert Taylor. Edited by Anthony Harvey. Music by Laurie Johnson. And a running time of a 94 minutes. And budget 1.8 million. Box office 9.2 million.
Yeah. A big part of his reason of producing his films was after the frustrations he had on the set of Spartacus, Brad. So after Spartacus,
I
he
am
pretty much
Spartacus.
produced all of his movies,
That's kind of,
which
yeah, that's kind of interesting.
which is one of the big ways how he kind of pretty much kept power on the vision of the films
Which kind of
because
yeah, that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, because he was producing his film. So
Does
it's
that mean he self funded these, or did he have to go for funding from studios? And
no, he funded some of these shits.
oh wow,
Yeah, yeah, 100. I believe 100%. He not fully funded, but like I'm pretty sure he funded a good amount of these movies. Yeah, himself. So
well,
um,
I knew he like, and it shows countries United Kingdom. I knew Full Metal Jacket. He was that a self funded one? That was an expensive one.
no, but like he put money into it because like he made a lot. He made a fuck ton of money on Spartacus and all these other films, Brad. So
Yeah.
he put some of that he made into those, and I believe that's how it works. But I'm not entirely too sure because he what's it called I don't know. He all I know is that he produced a lot of these films himself, and that's how he kind of retained the power over the vision of the final vision of his movies, and why he is pretty much the biggest example of the auteur and auteur theory in Hollywood. So yeah, that's
I, I do question the AFI because in 2000 they listed this as the number three on the list of funniest American films, and I'm like, Mel Brooks has made more than three films.
yeah, come on, man.
Come on.
Yeah, and they're all from the American. They're all from the United States.
Yeah.
So what the hell, guys? Um, but yeah, Brad, this has long been one of the movies from Stanley Kubrick that I've been trying to watch. I never got around to it. I've always ended up watching other movies from him, and I never got around to it. That's pretty much point blank. I never got around to this movie, and I
Surprisingly, since it's one of its least long running times.
yeah, it's funny, right? It's like, damn, bro, like you went for all the really long ones, and
Yeah,
then
and you didn't watch the shortest one in the in the
yeah,
collection, right?
yeah. Well, I mean, his shortest ones are like the first two movies he
Yeah,
makes.
but
So
this one's an hour and 34 minutes, so it's like
yeah,
it's not bad.
yeah. But nonetheless, I really like this movie. I thought it was really good. I think that I really like the performances. I love the satirical nature of the film, and like the way that pretty much says like I agree with you, Brad. Like it's crazy how we haven't fucking killed each other over the stupidity of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, and people don't know. We had a conversation when after I first watched this, me and Roll, and I'm like, how have we not blown each other up?
No,
just just this film is too on the nose, in my opinion.
yeah,
Kubrick's very forward thinking, but he brings it into perspective of, yeah, how have we, as an American culture with, these very deadly weapons that we have used before, not just annihilated everything by now.
pretty much. Yeah, I agree. It's like
With the people you've seen in office, with their egos and their attitudes, how has America not, you know, gone the one step and just said fuck it? Because that's literally what this dude in this film, this Air Force general,
yeah.
goes and just says fuck it.
Also, I love the sexual nature of this film too. Did you pick up on that, Brad? Like
I mean, Slim Pickens was riding that bomb all the way down.
the first shot literally looks. I literally was like, wow, that's like that's so phallic shaped.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking dick and it's got the tip. Like it's so phallic shaped and
Well, I mean that's kind of how America is with our weapons. It's just like
yeah,
it's a very sexual thing for many people of just warfare.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, and Slim Pickens was riding that thing like a cowboy,
Whoo,
bro. Riding that
man!
thing like a soldier.
Well, and it wasn't like I didn't catch it with Slim Pickens until he was on the bomb trying to get the bomb off, and I'm like listening, and I hear that I'm like, That's Slim Pickens. That's Blazing Saddles Slim Pickens."
Yep.
And then he goes out like Slim Pickens riding the bomb all the way down.
Of course, it's such a funny movie, and it's a really well crafted one. I'm telling you, like I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's as great as his other films. I can't put this on top of like
It,
2001. I
it,
can't
it
put it at
I
Clockwork, or I can't put any of those movies that I think have yeah.
it's very good though.
But
Like
like
it
yeah, it's
like
really good.
it hits on points that I don't think it talked enough, especially nowadays. But even back then, what Kubrick was doing was it's fucking hilarious. The phone conversations between the president and then the president, Russian president,
Yeah,
oligarch,
yeah.
whatever, leader of Russia, Soviet Union, had me dying laughing. No, Dmitry, we did not mean to send.
We did not mean to send them.
Yeah. No, the general kind of got unhinged, and no, Dmitry, we're not meaning to bomb you. Like, you go ahead and blow up the plane. It's just like,
Such a
oh
great what's it
god,
called? Just a great movie, man. And it's just it's a great way of like just you look at that whole era of the Cold War and it's just like dude like how full of anxiety and how full of distress there was
How
because
close
like
were we
any
just to?
moment
I mean, how close were we to complete annihilation in the
pretty
80s,
fucking close, pretty
in the
fucking
Cold
close,
War?
Brett.
Yeah,
Like really close.
the
And
60s, 80s. Yeah, and we're looking at it like and watching it, especially nowadays with everything going on, specifically this time, everything going on. It's just like how have we not, like, through all these years since we dropped the bomb on Japan, the bombs on Japan. How have we not just gone full tilt and just said fuck it?
yeah,
Just with the leaders we've known, and it's a miracle we've made it this far.
it really is, Brad. Like it's so fucked up to say it too. Like it's a miracle we've made it to this point
Yeah,
because there we had some fucking like you just look at the state of like this presidency, the last presidency, and it's
and
like especially the last presidency where people were like you really are going to give this guy, nuclear codes?
well,
And it's just
and it's not just our country.
no, no,
It's all these
no.
other countries too with
Yeah.
nuclear armaments, and it's like, have you seen some of their leaders too? How? How have none of us been like I guess the whole thing of total annihilation is a little much for people. We keep inching closer and closer.
Yeah.
But Kubrick puts it in to perspective very well in this film. And I get it's supposed to be a black comedy, but at the same time it's kind of a horror movie because you think
Yeah.
about it and it does kind of build anxiety in you without you knowing it. You're like, yeah, that could happen like any day.
Yeah.
Like somebody just go unhinged in some seat of power, and that'd be
Yeah.
it.
Well, and you also remember like it's like not a lot has kind of changed, Brad. Like yes, our parents' generations they sat with this was the thing that they were like they had to go through. Like they sat through this idea of like maybe any day now the Soviet Union are gonna bomb us and we're gonna
Oh
have to
yeah,
bomb them.
the drills of ducking under the desk in fear of a nuclear bomb going off, and then you realizing when you get to our generation of like that wouldn't have done
Terrorists.
nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And now like like your generation had to deal with like, terrorist attacks and and
dude,
everything that was coming in
dude,
and out of the Iraq war and in Afghanistan.
and my generation takes a lot of flack for being like, because we specifically really love the '90s. Like it's true. I'm not going to deny it. My generation's very nostalgic for the '90s, and there's reason for that. Like travel on plane was completely different. Like everything was kind of completely like I didn't have to take shoes off at the damn airport. Like
Yep.
things were like completely different back in the '90s. Like and in the '90s, like the Cold War had ended. You weren't facing kind of a threat. Shit, we just went to buffets and you know McDonald's had like cool toys and shit. But although they do have the Gundams in Japan, so what the fuck? Um,
Fuck yeah.
but yeah, it kind of puts it in perspective of and after watching during and after watching this movie, you just start thinking about okay, well this guy was a leader in this country. Okay, Saddam Hussein was over there, Iran was over here. We had some questionable freaking leaders for the better part here. Russia had questionable leaders. It's like how have we survived as a species with the most powerful piece of weapon ever created?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just and I was saying like it's interesting how it just kind of like exceeds time too because like now kind of we're in a where it's like it's kind of come full circle now where we're at right now and it's like okay now we have to worry about like well all these other nations also have now it's not just US and Russia who have access to nuclear weapons. Now we have these other countries that have access to nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Now we've grown to like be afraid of North Korea. Now we've grown to fear Iran as well, and we fear like all these countries, and it's like it's all kind of come full circle now, and we're just like well now this new generation's kind of like has this looming idea, like, when will the next big war break out again?
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think my generation has, we had 9/11. That's
yep,
no big deal. Um, that's no big deal to, like, you know to say. Um, and then we've had multiple economic crashes. It has not been a good time for those younger than me.
yep,
I will admit that it still is not a good time. It wasn't a good time, in my 20s. It
yep,
just it has not, my 20s through my 30s. And I understand why everybody's stressed and has anxiety. And it does, social media has not helped that. I
yep,
think social media, in terms of being able to keep in contact with people, has also done a great disservice, because you have these groups who can form these small bubbles and just leech off each other this horse shit that is
mm-hmm,
politics in general.
yeah,
And uh kindness and empathy have kind of gone out the window through the
yeah.
years.
And you see it in here, man. It's like you see just like also the satirization of like McCarthyism. Like they're like, "Well, damn you, commie!" Like he's constantly being like, "Oh, make sure we ain't got no commies in here. Like, make sure we ain't got no commies in here." And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
And like every generation kind of has that.
yeah,
In
yeah,
a way, it's like, if you don't think like us, you're the enemy. And
yeah,
it's like how about we just like think?
yep, yep,
How about we sit down and have a meal? And that's why I had a lot of great respect for Bourdain. I think
yeah,
that's where a lot of my generation, like the ones who still have like some empathetic bone in their body, it comes from people like Bourdain, of being like, hey, a meal solves all problems.
yeah. But great movie, man. I really like this one. I think the what's it called? I think that the cinematography is fantastic. I really
Oh,
like that.
lovely.
I love
The
the
I
framing.
like I like the black and white.
Yeah, it looks
I thought
fantastic.
that was a good. Also, I want to know where the general got a freaking 50 cal out of nowhere. Also, the poor British dude in there just being like, because do you think that's what the UK? That I feel like that's how the UK sees us.
Think, sir, this is America. Thinking is for ethnic people, says Stacy.
No comments. Um,
Yeah.
but I felt really bad for the British guy in there,
Oh my God. Yeah.
because he was like he's the only one with like some kind of common sense going on, being like, "Sir, do you realize that you're starting like the next nuclear war?" And Gerald's like, "Yeah, fucking commie bastards." And it's just, and I'm like, is that how the UK sees us during this time? They might. It might, like, and if you think about it, and these aren't just like the Russian president and the American. If you
This
think
is
of them as the
everybody, man.
countries, if you think
Yep.
of them as the countries just looking at us like we're insane, which I'm gonna say we kind of are.
Have we not? Have we? The thing is that we've done a pretty damn good job of convincing them that we are.
I mean, but that's the thing. I think to start this country the way, and for the democratic idea and ideals that have come about, it's kind of insane. And then
Yep.
us to be like a 300-year-old country,
Yeah.
like, to point at like these 2,000-year-old countries and go, no, you're wrong. You're doing it all wrong.
Doing it all fucking wrong. Point is, this movie's fantastic, and I think it does that perfectly well of like being able to show us that like you know um our stupidity is not even going to be the fact that it's not the fact that these countries have access to these weapons. It's the fact that stupid people have access to these weapons.
And I think like Kubrick knocks it
And I
out of the
love the
park.
ending.
Kubrick knocks it out of the park with just like he gets the point across.
Yeah, especially with the last couple minutes where they're like the idea of like even preserving their country, making sure that they don't even kill each other. isn't even on the table anymore. They're
No,
just like,
they're all going into the tunnels
yeah,
to
they're like, this is
hide,
how we're gonna
and
rebuild.
yeah,
Yeah,
and they're asking the Nazi scientists that they got over from Germany, and they're asking him like, how long do you think when will the nuclear radiation like clear up? He's like, 100 years, and it's just
eh,
like, oh,
that's fine. And, and
he's
then
like,
and
that's fine. We'll hide in the cellars and procreate.
yeah, and it's just you can tell like it's just like, oh well, like, well, fuck it, it's time for us to start what's it called, thinking of ways to what's it called,
Only the
to,
strong
to
survive, and then luckily the Russian ambassador,
yeah,
I guess he had a little device that kind of gave away the position, and that's
yeah,
all she wrote.
that's all she wrote. Yeah, but I really like this movie, Brad. What's your verdict?
God, this is so good. I wasn't expecting it to be this good, honestly. I don't think it's perfect though. I do have, maybe a few pacing here and there. I don't have big gripes on this movie, and I think Kubrick really goes into this and he tells a story that's kind of timeless because stupid people are in every generation, and it makes you wonder how they haven't killed us all yet.
Yeah,
Um, so I give this a 9 out of 10. Like I think it's a terrific Kubrick movie.
yeah. I give this an 8.5 out of 10. I really like this movie. I don't think it's his best work. I also feel
No,
like
I still like Full Metal Jacket. I think a bit
oh,
more.
I think Film Metal Jacket is way better than this film.
Yeah, I like it, but like it's quite the different story. I find it like Full Metal Jacket's very exciting to watch, and this is more of kind of a make you think movie from Kubrick. It's kind of
Yeah,
like The Shining, very exciting to watch. Not much you had to think about because it's all on screen. This one, you like start thinking, and it goes wild.
yeah. But yeah. With that said, we that concludes our review of Doctor Strangelove. And as always, we thank you all so much for joining us here. Make sure you check out our website, thenerdcore.com. Twitter is at the nerdcore underscore. Instagram is at the nerdcore. Threads is the same handle as well. Please join our Patreon for $1. You get this episode live and early before anybody else, along with other episodes of the Nerdcore podcast over at patreon.com/slash the nerdcore. Our Discord link is in the description below, so you can talk to us about this movie and other movies from Stanley Kubrick. Make sure you talk to us about this film if you like it. Have you seen it? In the comments below. We would much appreciate that. And before you get out of here, you click off this YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so you don't miss a single piece of content on the channel. And drop a like, please. It would mean a lot to us. On the audio side of things, make sure that you're rating us 5 stars on your favorite podcast platform. And before you get out of there, make sure you follow us. Brad, we want to thank our producer Shane. Where can they find him?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or at Twitter at ThriftedIL or go buy something from the Suppy God at PrisonCityVintage.com.
Damn straight, Brad. And as always, we want to thank you all so much for being here. We will catch you guys on the next one. We're going to be doing a review of Kronos. And for now, we have other stuff planned for the week, and we'll see what we got going on there. But for now, this is it. We thank you all so much for joining us. Brad, want to get him out of here?
All right, Raul. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to Stacy for joining us in at the last minute. We do appreciate that. Thank you to although the time change has kind of affected things, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty much.
yeah,
Pretty much. Understandable though. It's
indeed. But thank you for commenting, Stacy. We always appreciate that. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, I'm just gonna say, Slim Pickens riding that bomb all the way down was a sight to see. Yeehaw! Young Yoda out.